up, what up, what up? What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. We're recording a bonus episode, and as you know what the title is already, you know what question I'm going to be asking. Oh, wait, hold up. Before we even get into that, I got an intro. What? What's so funny? You want to fight? What's so funny?
You're just like quick there.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Get a little
hyped.
excited.
It's a happy Friday.
Even though it's not really Friday.
Shh. We're recording this for Friday. It's a happy Friday. So what's going on, everyone? I am Shadell. You are listening to PagingTheSimpsons. I'm here with my lovely fiance.
I'm Lauren.
And we're going to rock out with you guys today on a question that I had for you. The question is, would you vaccinate your child? Do you want me to kick that off, or do you want to kick that off?
You can kick it off.
So, I bring this up because I come from, I went to a private school growing up, and of course, going to a private school, you need to have your vaccinations. You have to have certain shots, all that stuff to be eligible to go to the school.
Shots are vaccinations.
Shut up. So you need the stuff.
So cute.
To be eligible to go to the school. So of course, I had to go through this throughout my life. So growing up, as my parents dwindled less and less into my health as I've grown older, and me taking more of that responsibility, I've kind of dwindled in I don't really get sick. Do I really need to get my flu shot every year, or do I really need to get this? And then as I'm growing up, you're seeing these things in the news about, hey, this person just, got this disease by taking some vaccine shot, or this happened to someone else. And it's just you start becoming more and more aware of these different things. And it's I don't know how I feel. So I just thought it'd be an interesting topic, knowing how our conversations have been in the past. To answer the question simply for me, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 on it. Because a flu shot is not going to stop my kid from going to a certain school that I want them to go to, that I know would be good for their future. So it's dependent on that situation. If I feel like, hey, they got to get their shot so I can bring them to the school that I think will be in their best, I don't know, intentions, purpose, whatever, for them to go here, I'm going to have to do that. What's your take on it?
You know what stinks?
What?
About that philosophy?
What?
What if that does something to them where they are not in the best health to be able to do whatever you want them to do with their future? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Then what was the point?
Wait, what? That's something you would ask if I said no. I'm lost.
Your idea was, sure, let's give them the flu shot if that means that they can get better in their future by going to this school.
Yeah.
What if they took it and got really sick and therefore can't do what you sent them to the school for?
But I'm not working off what ifs, because I'm a child of a sibling of what, five, six? Yes, of 6.
Ooh.
Sorry, there's a lot of us. And we've all gotten our flu shots, all gotten the necessary shots whenever the doctor was like, hey, you got to re-up on this shot, it's been X amount of years or whatever. And nothing's happened to my siblings, so I'm not, I feel like it's kind of like a 1 out of 100 chance. Yeah, there's a possibility of it happening, but am I really going to let that fear, especially when they're a kid, when it's I don't know. I'm not trying to risk my kid's health for this. What? I see your eyes, what?
But you think risking their health doing it is okay.
But I'm not living in that fear. I feel like that's fear that's fueling you to be I don't know. Because if I'm saying...
And I think you're living in fear thinking that they need all of these just because people say they do.
See, but that's the thing. That's what currently California is going through, that issue. Where, they have a very strict, measles, policy where pretty much you have to have it. And it's like they're going through the issue where I guess somehow like kids are now starting to get this because they're coming in from like a different country and all that stuff, and they never got it, or somehow they like avoided it. Certain kids, and it's just like you messed it up for everyone else. That's I don't even know.
But if your kid is vaccinated, why are you scared? Isn't it supposed to protect the kid against that?
See, I don't know. See, I'm going to defer to me not being educated in this situation because I'm not sure if those kids that are being vaccinated are actually the ones getting sick. I know from what I've read, a lot of the ones that haven't been vaccinated haven't been picking this up, is what I've seen.
Right, but what I'm saying is if your child is vaccinated, why are you scared if the vaccination are supposed to protect your child?
Probably scared for myself.
Why? Because aren't you supposed to be immune for your whole life? Magically?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, apparently these vaccines are supposed to be
you're talking real spicy right now. You need to cool it down.
I'm just saying,
like,
can we talk for a second how these vaccines are supposed to work for your entire life, but everything else you do isn't?
Not all of them. Let's not go with that.
How is that?
Let's not. I feel like you're talking out of a place that without much information. Because not all of them say that they're for your whole life.
Do you ever take measles, mumps, rubella again?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
Do you ever take chickenpox again?
I don't have that information.
I'm saying you don't. These shots are given to us once.
Have you gotten the chickenpox?
No.
I've never gotten the chickenpox, but I feel like I've never known a black person that got it. But I don't know.
Oh my god. What I'm saying is, how are vaccinations supposed to protect you if you get them as a baby for 100 years?
To be fair, it's probably some bad stuff.
Yeah.
If it has to stay there for however long, if it's that able to stay in your body for that long and protect you. But granted, I'd rather have that to quote-unquote protect me than to catch something for some kid that just went to freaking Italy and caught something there and is bringing it back.
And you know why they caught it if they weren't vaccinated?
I don't.
They probably weren't overall healthy.
I'm not going with that. Because you say everyone's not overall healthy. I don't hit the freaking BMI chart because on that. And I'm not freaking at someone that's like crazy obese. I'm not going with that.
It's all in the way you eat. It's in the way you eat and how you live. This is the part people don't want to acknowledge.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
You don't believe that seeing what's happened to me?
Look at me. That's what I don't understand. Look at me. I'm someone that, I haven't gotten a shot in ever. Probably in the last, let's say 10 years? Maybe 10.
Since your last required one, probably.
Pretty much.
Because did you ever get a flu shot?
What, willingly? Going to once a year going to...
You probably haven't gotten shots since you were in high school.
Pretty much. Close to 10 years.
Okay.
It's been. And it's I'm healthy. Even before I started working out, I didn't get sick. Before we even started eating, better, where it's not getting the gluten stuff, dairy, before that, you knew me since then. I was never catching anything like that. So it's
So
I don't really believe that. And same thing with my siblings. They eat horrible also. I don't see them catching
but what... It just opens up your immune system to be weaker and to have the ability to catch things easier.
I don't think so. What are you looking at?
Yeah, because maybe with a cold you're fine.
But I'm fine with a lot.
But if something like one of those came along...
I'll fight it. Come on, Tukes up. What? Say word. You look like you're not happy. What?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think how to go about this.
So, you really gonna stop your kid? If there's... let's
I'm
say...
on the other side of the bridge.
Obviously, if this conversation, 10 minutes in, wasn't a good indication.
No, and the thing is...
So you're really gonna stop your kid if you know they can go to a really good school, but they have to to, get 1 or 2 shots for them to be eligible to go to the school? You're really going to stop them?
Okay, here's a couple things that have happened to me.
Speak on
Okay. One, whenever I got the flu shot, I always got sick.
Okay.
So, and here's the thing is, I've gone many years where I didn't get the flu shot, and I was fine.
So...
Because also, let's not ignore the fact that the flu shot only protects against a very minuscule amount of strains of flu, and it is based on the previous year.
So let's.
So how accurate is that?
But let's get.
How helpful?
Excuse me for getting too personal with you, but you're someone that didn't grow up getting your vegetables in, getting the necessary things. Oh, I put you on blast. Getting the necessary things that a kid
Sir,
needs.
you roasted me last week. Is this every week now?
Pretty much. But
I was going to get to my childhood next.
But so that proves your point where you're like, oh, they're not eating good. Yo, that's clear indication that you weren't eating even the necessary things that you need.
I'm not saying it's
So it's not based on the vaccines, is my belief.
It's everything paired together. You're not letting me come full circle.
Good. Let me not hold you back.
Next, when I was a certified nursing assistant, we had the option. I was stupid. It was not required. We had the option to get, I think it was the Hep B shot. I always confuse Hep B and Hep C. I want to say it's B. It is if anyone is a nurse or whatever, they would know what I'm talking about. It's a 3-part shot series. Mm-hmm. I took the first one. Mm-hmm. I was sicker than when I had the flu. Which, if anyone has the flu, you know it's unlike any other sickness. You just feel like you're run over by a train and you can't do anything for days or a week. For a solid week, I couldn't do anything. I was completely done. I was in bed all the time. Okay? This happened immediately after I took that shot. Mm-hmm. Tell me there's no correlation. And I even looked it up. 1 in 60,000 will get a similar result. So guess what happened?
What happened?
I was the lucky one.
Oh my God, you're a winner.
Totally. So what ended up happening there, I ended up changing jobs anyway, but I obviously did not continue that shot series.
Okay.
So that is a very, very real example of what a shot can do negatively.
Okay.
That no one can tell me that it was anything else.
I'm also going to add more of your personal details. You got sick quite often.
I'm getting there.
You're not getting there fast enough, clearly. So I'm just going to associate it to, you just happened to get sick that time because you normally got sick.
I was never sick like this. Not like that.
Anything's possible.
It was different. There was a difference. Specifically in the body aches and exhaustion.
Maybe if you had some carrots and some veggies, you would have...
Okay, dude.
God damn, I'm about to get killed, guys. Shoot.
Okay, then we'll go to my childhood.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. You're gonna kill me.
Are you?
Like, shoot.
Those shots won't save you then, will they?
I mean, who knows? Maybe a shot to bring me back to life.
Anyways. Yes, I was the child that got sick more often than the average child, longer than the average child, and my body didn't know how to fight anything because I had antibiotics at every sniffle. And steroids. You know what? You need to shut up right now. And steroids like cortisone for crazy asthma coughs.
Yep.
So, my body was not well equipped. Okay? Didn't eat that great growing up. Was not, didn't have tons of vegetables in my life. Had too much sugar and junk food. And just was blessed to be sick more often than a normal person.
What's up?
What?
Yo, keep going.
Did you say bless up?
Yeah, I'm trying to give you some prayers up in here.
So what ended up happening, a year and a half ago, I switched doctors to a naturopathic doctor. She is now my general doctor and who I go to for everything. Mm-hmm. This was, I told her she was my last hope. She was my last straw because I was currently at that time seeing a pulmonologist who was just giving me more steroids for my asthma. And I was just at the point where my asthma and migraines were out of control. Didn't know what to do. And I was still getting, not sick nearly as much as when I was a child, but still just, things would last too long. So I started seeing her, and she ran a blood test, and we saw that I had to take gluten, dairy, eggs, and almonds out of my diet. This changes for everybody. It's completely different. It's a very personal thing. So I would never say that you have to do the exact same, but I would encourage everybody to at least do the test and see where you fall. Because basically, the foods that are above like a 3 or 4, you're on a scale from 0 to 9 for every single food allergy you could have. If you're above that point, it's probably causing a reaction in your body. Reactions can be different. It can be stomach for one person, head for the next, chest for the next. So reactions are different and foods that affect you are different. But these were the ones I had to take out of my diet because they're inflammatory and they were negatively affecting my body, because it makes sense. You eat tons every day. This is what fuels your body. This is, you're constantly putting stuff in. So obviously your body's going to react. So I ended up taking those things out. And I went on like various high quality supplements that she provides, not like the $5 stuff at Walmart and GNC and all those things, like actual quality that she provides. So like I did this regimen, and it was a regimen of constantly switching supplements and figuring stuff out. And, when I would get sick, if I got the sniffles, cough, whatever, I would also not suppress it, is the thing. We're trained that we're supposed to go to bed with NyQuil or take Sudafed or Claritin or Dayquil or something to get through the day. And these things suppress, and they over time are just going to make the response worse, because your body is not actually dealing with anything. Your body is not doing what it's built to do. So now all of a sudden I was not doing anything. I was not doing antibiotics, steroids, or any kind of over-the-counter product. I was strictly doing supplements, which some are designed to actually induce the symptoms more to get them out. So rather than blocking it, like a Dayquil would, this is actually making like the fluids and whatever come out faster so that your body will now feel better. But it gets rid of the bad stuff. So I went through this regimen, and it has vastly improved my life. My quality of life, the length of when I'm sick, how often I get sick. And yes, this is one of the areas where before I would be scared to be in a room, no matter how big, a room with someone who was sneezing, coughing, sniffly, visibly sick. I would be terrified because I just picked up everything. But now I will be next to someone, or someone will sneeze on me, and I don't get everything.
Yo, pause. Who's sneezing on you? You should let
Okay,
that slide.
maybe I should have said cough. You know when people just, no, like accidentally, like, not, or they don't cover all the way and you're next to them. Okay, stop looking at me like that. Anyways,
weirdo.
So my point is, my immunity has gone up, and it is more willing to deal with stuff naturally. Therefore, I had this conversation with my doctor, because obviously she's very, about all this stuff and this way of living. She has 2 kids, and she does not vaccinate her kids. And, just the way she explains it makes a lot of sense. Because it's like if you're feeding your kids right, and they're growing up in a healthy environment, and they're training their body to fight these things like the body should know how, they're not as, how do I word it? It's not as scary or something as one might think. For example, she even said, she's like, what disease did she use? I don't know. We'll go back to measles. It was something else. But let's say with measles, she's like, if you are healthy enough and strong enough, you could be right next to someone with measles and not get it. Like, just because someone with measles is in the room does not mean everyone's going to actually get it.
Of course. I feel like I wouldn't get that.
You don't count because you were vaccinated, so it kind of throws the study off.
Whoa, I'm at it too.
And the thing is, and now we're talking about herd immunity and how certain things don't make sense. Like I said, how a shot is supposed to last in your body forever, but nothing else is. So, or for example, why would we take the flu shot every year if we only had to take chickenpox once?
Flu shot, it wears off.
Why? Why does the flu shot wear off but not chickenpox?
I don't have the answers for you, Sway.
So anyways, where I'm going with this is the reason I am not completely pro-vaccine is because there are alternative ways that actually work. And people want to make fun of this all the time. They want to mock it. They want to knock it. But... Shut up. I didn't try to do that on purpose. Here's the thing, too, though. I think people want to knock healthier ways, and more natural ways, because here's the thing. They will live on McDonald's and pasta with, butter and all this stuff that is not the best for your body.
Yeah.
And then they will take some cheap supplement, say,
oh my God,
well, it didn't work.
The weight loss pills or something.
No, I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm talking about actually a natural remedy. Okay? Whether it's oils, whether it's supplements or whatever. They will try something. So they will have a lifestyle where they're not healthy. Then they will try for a few days this natural remedy. And they'll be like, well, didn't work. Here's the thing. And you see it. After a year and a half, I am still working on getting my body right. It is taking a long time because my body is slow healing because it never trained itself how to heal itself. So the thing is, one, these things don't work overnight. And two, if you're living your life one way and expect it to go another for 5 days, that's not how it works. So yeah, if these people eat McDonald's every day and think, oh, my body's strong enough to defend against whatever, yeah, maybe not. But if you feed it the greens and the reds and the colors of the rainbow, like they say, and all this stuff, and you treat it right, yeah, maybe it's strong enough to actually deal with this stuff.
Okay.
That's the difference.
So my next part into that would be, if you're telling me you're not going to vaccinate your kids, that means they can't go to that private school because of their requirements. That means they're going to have to go to public school. Which leads them then into the possible issue of bullying. Where in private school, listen to me real quick. In private school, yeah, bullying can happen, but it's a lot easier to get nipped in the butt compared to in public school where that's much more of an issue. So that's my next thing of I'll try to bring it to a better school system, and because you don't want to vaccinate the kid, there's the issue. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't want to bring it to public school with all these kids that are just going to cause an issue, bully my kid. There was a freaking news thing earlier that I saw where it's it was a podcast I was listening to. And this lady was her son told her, he's a little kid, they told her that these kids didn't like him because he was black and skinny. And then the black people that they know were horrible and all this stuff. And I'm it can happen at any school.
Okay,
I get it.
This doesn't really tie into this topic.
Yes, it does, though. It does.
Because here's the thing, too. So you're telling me private schools are not the same where if you don't vaccinate due to religious reasons, which is the reason a lot of people use if they just don't want to vaccinate, you're telling me then they don't let you in?
Oh, see, I don't know that part.
That's an actual thing that people have done for years and years. See, this is becoming more of a topic now.
Okay.
Because it's more in the public.
Yeah.
But that's always been an option. You basically can say, I'm not vaccinating my kid for religious reasons, which basically means, though, that you're all or nothing. That you basically can't give them anything, even the flu shot, if you do elect that. But it's usually a way that you can get into different places.
So what you're telling me is...
However, yeah, some places still don't.
What you're telling me is you're not budging if we have a kid and, you know...
And here's the thing, too, is my doctor even said, she's like, the whole all or nothing thing, it actually isn't true. She said that if there's because I told her, I'm like, I don't know if we're going to see eye to eye on this, and if this is both our child, what am I supposed to do? She said, well then, why don't you just give the vaccines that he really thinks are the most important, and that's it. Like, you just have to find a doctor that's actually willing to do that, is the thing. It's not, like... It's not the all or nothing. So then, if we get to that, we look at it this way. It's a compromise, okay? Like we're talking about relationships and stuff in the last episode, okay? You would give the child the vaccines that you think are the most important, so you get your happiness. For mine, I am more assured knowing we are not giving all of them. We are not giving them, overkill. So it's kind of meeting in the middle.
Okay.
They have more of a chance than if they had all of them.
All I'm saying is if our kid catches something that you said that is able to be not attained if if they eat well and all that other stuff, dog, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset if they catch anything that we didn't get a shot for. It's gonna be a problem in the Simpson household. What?
And you realize, even like with chicken pox and stuff, like, yeah, chicken pox stinks, but like, the kid's not gonna die.
I mean, yeah, but that's uncomfortable. The chicken pox things, from what I see, what's portrayed on like TV, because I've never been around a friend that's had it, but what's portrayed in like shows, it just feels super uncomfortable that you have it for like a week or I don't even know how long it lasts, but you have it for a while there, and it's not, I don't want anyone to go through that.
It's kind of like when I got the flu from the flu shot, that stinks.
Dog, if nothing happens when you get the chicken pox shot, just give the kid a chicken pox shot.
And that's the thing, too. Have you never noticed when you got shots in the past? I don't know if you noticed this as a kid. One, your arm hurts like hell. And two, you're exhausted that day when you get the shot.
Never exhausted.
I remember that. And but you know what's funny about that? I remember that, and it makes me think, it's like, okay, so what? Was my immune system trying to, like, fight something?
Well, isn't that the supposed thing where they supposedly shoot you with, like, I don't know, well, depending on the vaccine, I think, but they shoot you with, like,
It's supposed to be, like, a dead version of it or whatever.
Something where it, like, relates to it, so your body can fight it and supposedly become more stronger.
But I'm like... Why are we forcing my body to do that?
What it sounds
in an artificial way.
Dog, what it sounds like is
because that's the thing too. With the flu, okay? Honestly, I'd rather get the flu than the flu shot because then my body knows how to deal with it. Like, authentically. You don't think it's better to actually be, like, your body be able to deal with the real thing?
Yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I don't know. At the end of the day, we're looking out for our kids' best interests, and I get that. Like, it's like we don't know which way is the best option. We're just thinking of the safer option for our kid.
Yeah, and there's that video. Was it by Jubilee? The one where they're on two sides?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a very good video about, like, pro and anti-vaxxers. And it sheds light on both sides with it being very respectful. I was very surprised how good that video went because here's the problem. Is like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable doing this episode because I know people so often want to come for my throat.
And just the conversation. That's all I wanted.
Right, just on being on this side. I feel like almost that being on my side is more nerve-wracking than yours, though. I feel like more people want to actually, like, get authentically in your face and mad at people like me.
Yeah.
Rather than when I'm talking to you, I'm just trying to educate you on how I came to this side.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, obviously I was vaccinated growing up. So, like, it can sound hypocritical, but it's not. Like, I just learned differently and I've experienced differently. And that's the thing is we can't downplay people's actual experiences. Like, for example, I don't know how I feel about the whole autism thing. Like, if vaccines cause autism and all that. I don't know how to feel about that. I haven't actually experienced that, so I'm not really going to touch on that because I know that can be super, super sensitive.
Yeah.
However, my doctor said she knew her friend's kid or whatever, and this kid was like just the most energetic, brightest, awesomest kid, and then after one of the vaccines, all of a sudden he changed. It's weird. It's another one of those things like I had said. I'm not trying to get too into it, but it's another one of those things like I said earlier with my Hep B story, that it's just, you can't just tell me the timing is weird.
I'm not putting much into it because I'm going from, you're going from your experience, just like I'm going from mine. And
exactly.
like me being around my siblings that also got the same shots I went through, and I did not see that in them.
Right. Any issues, and it doesn't happen all the time is the thing.
I don't know.
It's just one of those negative side effects that can happen is what is claimed. So, yeah, all I'm saying is, like, this is just, like, everyone needs to stop coming for people no matter what side they're on. I'm not going to, like, threaten you for if you're a pro-vaxxer, like I don't expect the same if I'm anti.
Actually, I was gonna say I get it, but if I sit back and think about it, I'm like, if you are pro and you're for it, that means your kids are vaccinated, and that means you're probably vaccinated, and that means whoever you know is probably vaccinated. So why are you upset about people that don't want to get vaccinated if supposedly you're going to be safe from this?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said in the beginning.
Shut up. I just thought about that. I'm like, why is this an issue? I'd be like, hey, I'm the safe one. Right. You're the one that's risking your life.
Right.
Hey.
Do you not believe in your vaccine anymore?
That's pretty much okay. Yeah. So I don't understand it. When you like put that in perspective there, where it's like supposedly you're drinking from the golden cup. Like,
the only thing is, I do see where people say some kids have medical conditions where they can't have vaccines because their immunity is too weak or something. Yeah. So the problem is that these could be pro-vaxxers.
You better feed them well.
Right, these could be pro-vaxxers, yet they can't. So they are then nervous that we are going to cause an epidemic, I think is the philosophy behind it. But just, I encourage people be able to talk more, because this is one of those topics, it's very similar to religion and abortion and race and everything, politics. It's another one of those very sensitive conversations, but I think that we should be invited to encourage each other to have differences and just be able to talk about them rather than get mad at the person, because one, you're not going to change that person's view. Let's be real. Yeah. And two, just people are different. Embrace each other.
We're all looking to do the same thing.
We are looking to be good. Yes. We are looking at the greater good, and we just see it by different philosophies.
Because at the end of the day, if you sit back and think about it, animals don't get shots, and they're out there surviving. And it's like, granted, I'm sure some animals may catch diseases, this and that. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I would need to, like... I feel like if animals, for the most part, haven't died off, like, I feel like we have this fear of, like... What is it? What's the animal that has supposed rabies? Is it squirrels? Something like that?
Well, I thought a lot of them did.
Really?
Even dogs can.
See, that's why I'm like, again, like, this is stuff that we've heard.
The dogs have to have the rabies shot to get groomed. Or go to the dog park.
See, and that's the things that, like, I don't have enough information or experience with these animals to know, but I'm like, how true is that? With certain, I can understand where, like, certain animals, they have some diseases, stuff, but, like, say, like, a good majority of these animals, they have rabies, and, okay, so... Like, what does that mean if we touch these animals? Are we going to contract that? Like, what is that? Like, I don't know. Just some dogs. I don't know.
No, that's the thing, too. Isn't it you get rabies if it goes into your bloodstream?
I have no idea.
Like, here's the thing. It's, again, if, say it is, because I don't want to say it is definitely, but let's hypothetically say that's what it is. So, again, if I were to sit next to a monkey that has rabies, but the monkey does not bite me,
yep,
I won't get rabies. That is exactly the philosophy I'm kind of talking about.
I feel like we live our lives in fear because of everything that the news and the media puts out.
Yes, they hype it up too. Let's be real, people. This whole measles thing, like, they are hyping it. Watch, it's probably like 2 people, and it probably won't spread, but they'll make it sound like it's like the biggest threat on earth. Whatever happened to Ebola, guys? Like, really? And swine flu? Whatever happened to these things?
It's died and gone.
Media.
It's dead. I don't know. I just want to have this conversation with you because I'm just curious on it. Good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Learned a lot about what to expect if anything happens to our kid. Which I know. I'm just joking. I don't think anything will happen. But I get both sides. And I understand where everyone's coming from.
Here's the thing. Is me and Shadell have been able to get to a place where I feel like we both are always like able to authentically understand both sides. And that's the beauty of a nice conversation, is we can have these conversations, and one, we're not looking to change the other's view. We're just looking to educate on what we believe in. And two, it doesn't have to be an argument or threats thrown or like, you know, oh, you're the worst piece of garbage because you won't do this, or, you know, like, people online are so mean. Like, the things people say.
Yeah, I agree.
It's obnoxious and it's unnecessary.
All I know is
respect each other's differences.
We're all looking to do the same thing, which is keep everyone happy and healthy. Keep it peaceful. On that note, I'm curious to know what everyone else's thoughts are. What would you vaccinate your child? If you're with your significant other, depending on how old you are, if you have a child or whatever the case is, if you guys have talked about this, I'm curious. I want to know anyone else that has kind of gone through this. Send us an email. If you're on Anchor, you can send us a voice message. I'm curious. Let us know. Email is in the description. It is PagingTheSimpsons@gmail.com. You know, as always, another great conversation.
We have been here.
Hopefully everyone has a great Friday, great weekend, and I guess we'll see you guys next week. Once again, I am Shadell. This is Paging the Simpsons. I'm here with my lovely fiance.
I'm Lauren.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.